everyone, and welcome to another episode of RJC Models. In today's episode, excuse me, it'll be part 3 of the Manx Norton build. If you remember from last time, we got the engine, gearbox, chain and some piping done. So this next bit will be going forward from there. So that will be it'll be the frame, rear swing arm, and the oil tank. So a bit of the petrol tank as well. And I'm going to go into detail and explain what I'm going to do about that. So I'm just going to move the camera and we'll get on with it. Okay, here we have the frame of the Manx Norton just there. I don't know if you guys can pick this, if the camera's going to pick it up, but what I've done there is I've not actually spray painted this at all. To get the glossy finish. Like, it's not a gloss black or anything like that. That is literally just the plastic sprue that as it comes. So, but what I've done is I've actually hit it with a coat of this stuff. Bear me 1 second. I'll just move the sticker so you can see. It's a spray on, like as you can hear. It's a rattle can clear coat. It's a gloss varnish, and it comes out really, really nice. I'm not actually too sure what this is. Oh, hang on. What this is, or if it's acrylic, but it works very well on plastic. So it's this stuff here. But it smells like Humbrol paint, so I'm not sure if it's enamel or whatever. But it is really, really nice. So actually, I've got the matte version of this as well, which I've done on a few of my builds. There we go. There's a Spitfire there with the matte coat over the top. It's really good stuff. It cost about £7 from a shop over here in the UK called The Range. It's just like a little local hardware store. As I say, I found it in the automotive section of the shop, and I thought I'd give it a go just to see what it's like, and it come out really, really nice. So the next part we've got to do now is we will be putting together all the black parts. So that's all of, as you can see here, it's all of the all of the frame and the engine. And we have got to put the oil tank in there as well. But what I think I might do is, because I'm going to do that the same as the petrol tank. So here's the petrol tank. While I was off camera, I actually went away and put the petrol tank together, put the bottom off, and with the Manx Norton, they were actually, so if I just put the frame together, just quickly to show you guys. So here's the frame together. And what they were actually strapped to the frame, a bit like this. So they were strapped on with, as you can see, the centre seam there. Actually, it's not a seam anymore. But just there is where a moulded in strap used to be. And what I've done is I've gone away, as I said, I put it all together and took that centre bracket out, and I'm actually going to scratch build my own brace to go on there, so you've got a bit more depth on there. Also, what I'm going to do is make sure that with this bike in particular, I'm going to get a nice finish on the tank, because these tanks were aluminium, I believe, so they were polished, nice polished aluminium. I did try and, because what I used to do back in the day was I used to knock little notches in the top of the tank there, and that was just for the handlebars, so the handlebars didn't knock against the tank. So they used to literally, I think they used to get a hammer or a soft mallet and beat the hell out of the front of the front of the tank, so it dented it in a little bit, so the handlebars didn't clash against the tank. So that's my plans with the tank. So that's all done and ready for paint and primer and paint. I need to find some white aluminium for the tank there, but. So we'll come to that bit in a second. And I might do the same with the oil tank there as well. But while I've got it in my hand, I'll knock it out and we'll cut it out. So from the reference pictures I've looked at of the Manx Norton, the oil tank and the petrol tank were very much the same colour. So I'm going to just see if I can put the petrol tank, the oil tank in once I've put the engine in. It should be quite simple. It looks fairly easy, so we'll get that. I'll come back to you in a second. I'll come back to this in a second. I'll do this bit off camera, and then I'll come back and we'll put the engine and stuff in the frame. Okay, so that's the oil oil tank all finished and ready for paint and primer. I'm going to just give it a quick bit of a smooth coat on there. So that's that already, so I'll put that to the side of the petrol tank. So I'm going to do the petrol tank and the oil tank the same colour, just because that's how they would have been in real life. So now there's the exciting bit. This is we're moving on to, excuse me, the rear swing arm and the frame and everything going together. I'm just going to get my little bag of parts. There are some little tiny screws in this one, so I'm just getting those out of the box now. So yeah, this is there's a few little screws in this little bag here. I'll get them out in a second so you can see. And we need to get a few more sprues. So let me just find the A's. Okay, where are the A's? A's, there we go. Oh, excuse me. So this is the again, I'm not really gonna touch this chrome stuff because it is very, very nice. I might even just give it a shot of that gloss just to make it stand out a little bit nicer. So these are the parts I need to cut out. Oh, got an escapee over there. Let's not find that in the carpet monster. And as Shmoo, so Terry from Shmoo's Workshop pointed out, I don't have a carpet monster. I have like a grouch, which is, if you guys don't know, is the little green bin monster from Sesame Street. So thank you for that one, Terry. So here we go. This is just getting these little screws out. These are tiny little screws. I'll put these springs. These springs are for the suspension, so we'll put those back in there. Whoopsie daisy. Let me just put these in there. I've actually really enjoyed this build. I mean, a lot of people have slated this kit, and I know that it's quite an old. I'm not sure if it's an old kit and it's been reboxed, or if it's a new kit that's been remade. I'm not too sure. Like an old idea on a new kit. But I'm absolutely loving this. It's just falling together. It's coming together really nice. So here we go. These are the screws that we've got there. I don't know if you guys can. Let me just. There we go. So I've got some tiny little screws there that will just go into that will sink into the body. Let me just cut out the rear swing arm, which is just there. 13 or 14. So this is the rear swing arm. Again, I've done the same with this one. I've not actually painted it gloss black. All I've done is just put a shot of gloss coat over the rear swing arm, just because I liked the finish on the plastic. I mean, yeah, I'm taking the knobs off here a little bit, but once it's all together and weathered up and that sort of stuff, you're not really going to see it. So I'm going to actually do a dye over this. I was talking to some of the guys at Shmoo's Workshop last night, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to do like I said before, I'm going to do a Jeff Duke. So this will actually be on a dio. I may do it going over Governor's Bridge at the TT, or around Ramsey Hairpin at the bottom, maybe something like that. So what I'll do is just sand this last bit down. So what I'll probably just once I've done this, I'll mask off the engine and just hit it with another clear coat, just so it's all uniformed and all the same colour. And the reason that I did it this way is because there isn't really many seam marks, just the nub ends. So the nubs I've just got rid of there. So it's not a big issue. Again, it's a very, very nice kit. Once I've put it all together, I shall come back and give it all a nice gloss coat over the top. I might even do it with the engine as well, with the engine intact, because obviously the engine would be slightly glossed. So I'm just gonna create a big uniformed effect. So right, okay. If I go quiet for a minute, guys, it's just because I'm concentrating, so I'm not being rude, so bear with me. Righty ho. So here, the instructions call for, I'm going to do this on its side because it might be a little bit easier. That one to go through the chain set, like that. Oh, so it actually just sits in the middle there, like that. I think we should be able to get the oil tank in there without a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. Right, we'll just get these wires out of the way, these piping out of the way. As I say, I've really enjoyed doing this kit actually. It's been quite a nice build and something a bit different. Right. Let me just have a look for the part I'm needing. A16. So this is the A16 is a big sort of like engine bolt pin that goes through the middle, which looks like it's going to hold the engine in. And A17. Why do they never put these together? There you go, Italeri, if you're listening, put the two things together. So what I'm going to do, so this is the engine mount pin. So what we have to do is, because obviously you've got a little bit of, this is the chrome stuff. Oops. I'm going to have to just, what I'll do is I'll show you guys now. Let me just take that nubbin off. What I'll do is I'll just take the end of my scalpel blade, poke it in the hole there, give it a few turns, just so it takes that chrome off. And then once I've passed the pin through the chassis, through the frame, I shall do the same there. There we go. So that's just taking the inside layer of chrome off, just so it will stick on their belt. And then when I pass the pin through for the rear swing arm, I'll just take a little bit off where I'm going to glue it, so it all sticks nicely. Right. So right, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go and do this off screen because it's a little bit fiddly and I don't want you guys to get bored of listening to radio silence. So I'm going to go away, put the engine and gearbox together, engine, frame, rear swing arm together, and then I'll come back with you guys in a second, okay? So here we go. This is the engine, rear swing arm, and the frame all together now. So it's coming together rather nicely. It gives you just a scale of how big this bike is. I'm really enjoying doing this. I just need to, I forgot to put the screw in the front there, but I'll just grab the screw in a second. But yeah, it went together really well. It was a little bit fiddly, but once I've got it all, once you get it all in place and on target, that's not a problem. But no, it builds up as a really nice bike. So the next bit would be the seat, which is just down here. Here's the seat. But what I might do is I might do this in the next episode, is because on the Manx Norton, round the edge has a nice red stitching. So what I'm going to do is go away, do the red stitching, come back, and then I'll show you guys putting everything together. Okay, so thank you for watching this episode of RJC Models. Sorry it's a bit short today, but I thought I just wanted to get this bit done so we can just push on a little bit further with this. So that's the frame and the engine together. So the next time you'll see this will be with the, let me just quickly dry fit it on screen so you guys can see what it looked like. We'll be fitting the seat on, and obviously I might just do a little bit of weathering on the seat there just to show you guys how to do a bit of weathering. So yeah, that'll be on the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share out. In the link below this in the description bar will be the link to the Facebook page and the Instagram page. So come and check us out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you later, guys. Thank you.